Hello and welcome to my channel. Sir Sublime here, and today we're going to talk about I'm new to the scene. What do I do? I'm so confused. Well, you're in luck. I'm going to give you points, tips, and tidbits over a few of these kind of little short snippet episodes of how to start out in the world of BDSM. So let's get to it. First off, congratulations. Whether you're kinky or thinking about being kinky, you're in the right place because you're obviously doing my first recommendation, which is to research. Before you do anything, you should research, and that's it. Now, where you go, it can be many things. You can go for books on subjects that you're interested in, like, say, bondage or dominance and submission. There's a lot of great books out there. Now, also, on top of that is finding forums. So you would go into on the computer and do a search and type in whatever thing you're interested in and look up the information. You're going to find some good information. You're going to find some bad information. You're new. It's going to be really hard to sort out what's the good, what's the bad. What you can do is read as much as you can and figure out what feels best for you. Now, some of the guidelines is right off the bat, consent. That is the biggest, most important thing. There's a very fine line between BDSM activities and, abuse and domestic abuse. So everything is between consent and intent. Those are two things you really need to keep in mind. Always keep it with an honest intent, a loving intent, not violent intent. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a sadist myself, but it still comes from a place of caring and love. I don't do it because I want to just hurt the person. It's because I want to, we're both exchanged within a power dynamic and an exchange of energies. I just happen to be on the throwing end side of the whip instead of the receiving end side of the whip. So first thing first is remember that. That's probably number one most important thing. Now, as you continue to do this in your research, you're going to fall into a lot of things. It's a lot of information. You got to take your time and just process it. Take a little bit of time. Don't rush head forward into it. We in the scene, we come across people who do that. They see things and they get very into it. No, I want to experience all the things and do all the things and everything. And yes, it's just all of it. It's amazing. Yeah. It's called the frenzies. Tops have it, bottoms have it. What you got to do is learn to control it. Now, from here, you've got your forums, you've got your videos, which are great. There's this one lady who does it called, her name's Morgan. Fantastic information. Look up that one. Just type BDSM in YouTube and her videos come up. I highly recommend those. I've been getting onto those recently and dead spot on and everything she says, and she covers a lot of great topics. So now we got there. We got books. We got that. What's your next step? Is now you're going to want to find like your community. So from here is where you find a little website, which is like the book of the face of the kinky people, and it's called Fetlife. Get on that site. Now, I'm going to make a little statement. I'd like to actually expand upon this in a different video, but the thing is pick a decent username. Don't be Sir Lordly Goddess Dame McFancy Dame Pants. Don't call yourself a master or anything right off the bat. Just pick something that fits you and is an interest of yours. You can always change it down the road, but be courteous when you're on that site. Come up with a good name, because when you start going into the community, most of the time that is going to be your name in the scene. So pick something that feels comfortable and good with you, that you enjoy. Like when I started out, I had Sublime in the name, but it was Sublime with something else. And over time, I evolved and it turned into just Sir Sublime. Perfectly happy. Haven't changed it in a very long time. Everybody knows me as Sir Sublime because there's another Sublime, and, well, I don't do what he does. We'll put it that way. He's a bottom, and yeah, I'm not a water sport fan like he is. So, Sir Sublime it is. So, first little tidbit. Now you're on Fetlife. What you need to do is go on their forums. There's a topic, there is a forum or a group for every kink out there, basically. Hop on those, learn everything you can, ask questions. You don't even have to get into your public scene. I highly recommend doing it because you're going to learn hands-on, and that's where you're going to learn your most amount of things. But just start talking to people, making connections. If you're a guy, please don't put your junk in a profile picture and send it to all the ladies. It's not appreciated. They really don't like it. Have a little respect for yourself. That's one thing missing in this world, is they don't want to see it. Consent is a big thing. You like to say consent is sexy. That's one thing, but consent is essential, required. And if you're really not doing it, then guess what? You're a moment away from being a consent violator, and that basically gets you banned from the community, especially your local community. You will be not welcomed at any type of event whatsoever. So remember that. Just keep it classy, gentlemen. Have respect for a woman. Don't offer to, hey, I'm going to do all this stuff. Keep things classy, because you're going to get a lot more respect, and you're going to make a lot more friends with that. Little side tangent, but it has to be said. Too many times have I heard female friends of mine getting some really raunchy messages on that thing. So please, keep it classy. Keep it classy. Now, so you've hit this point. You've got your name. You got that. Well, now it's time to look into maybe finding your local community. That is the next step. It's just look up, join the groups, and start talking to people online. You're going to get into a munch, which I would like to expand in depth more in another video. But for today, we're just getting into the bare basics of you starting. This is the first one of many in this video series of New to BDSM and the scene. So we've gone there. Do that. So an overview of what we're talking about is research. Find books and forums and all types of stuff. Try to join Fetlife, because it's a really good resource for these times. I mean, a long time ago, people had to put ads out. There were small little bars, small little clubs. The old guard, it was a whole different world, but it was very, very, very hard to get into it because of the fact that, you know, these activities really aren't technically legal in the least bit. So we got to watch out for ourselves, and we got to watch out for everybody around us. So remember that everybody basically is here to keep the secret. Like, we don't, what's called outing each other. We like to keep it like, oh, hey, how you doing? Even if you don't know their real name, because most people, you're going to know them, and you're going to know them by their scene name. Leave it as that. Like, oh, hey, how are you doing, buddy? That's perfectly fine. They're going to, oh, doing great, blah, blah, blah. Interaction's over, and that's it. They're not going to be like, oh, were you at the club? Remember when they were hanging from the ceiling and whipping her and pouring, like, hot wax, and then they put the gasoline on her and set her on fire, and it was crazy, right? No, nobody's going to do that. So remember that everybody has a level of respect, and that's what we do. So when you're ready, in the next video, I'm going to start talking about munches. That's the next step of you getting into the play scene. But with that, I thank you for your time in watching this video. I hope you come back for the next one. I'm Sir Sublime. My channel, Simply Sublime. Peace, love, and space dust. Oh, hey. Stick around for a second. I'm going to talk to you about something. If there's anything that you would like to know, please, by all means, drop it down in the comments. I will try my best to read the comments, respond to the comments, and if there's an interesting enough topic, I will also make videos on this. So please, if you can, drop your question, comments, and concerns right down here. Just scroll a little further down and on your dibbly-doo and ask a question, and I'll try my best to answer it. Now, on top of that, if you see over here, you should hit that subscribe button. And if you look up here, I have a video one of my other ones. New, so there's not too many, but hopefully over time, it's going to get better with your help. So please, like, comment, subscribe, and help this channel grow. And I'll do the best I can to keep it going on. Okay, that's it. Shoo, 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 get, bye. Fine.